What is up guys, my name is Talhan. You are watching Gadgets Spheres. This is the OnePlus 13R. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the things I like about this smartphone, and I'm also going to compare it with the OnePlus 15R and tell you why I think if you actually get the 13R, you're going to save up your money, you're going to get better tech for the money you're paying, and this smartphone is actually worth it compared to what you're going to pay for the 15R. Let's get started. First of all, let's just talk about the OnePlus 15R. The OnePlus 15R is launched at 55,000 Indian rupees. It does come with a better battery, which is 7,400 compared to 6,000. It does come with Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 and 165Hz display. But let me actually give you my standpoint of why I think this device right now is actually better. First of all, this one costs only 40,000 compared to 55 of the OnePlus's 15R. The second reason is the battery life. Even though it does have only a 6000 milliamp hour battery, but the display tech in this smartphone, the 13R, is actually LTPO. Now what does LTPO do is it brings your refresh rate down to 1 Hz. So let's say if I'm using always on display, now this is actually just 1 Hz. Okay, it's not 120 or 165. It is just running on 1 Hz. Whereas this technology has been downgraded with the 15R. You don't get LTPO technology in the 15R, which is a big bummer. Now this is something which most of the people don't even know about, and that is going to cost you a lot of battery life. To compensate for the battery life, they have given a 7400 milliamp hour battery, whereas this one only has a 6000 milliamp hour. But if I talk about the battery life, which is the most important part, you guys can see I get an average of 5 hours and 50 minutes battery life. Even if you can see my last 7 days usage, and you guys can see the battery life which I'm getting is not really that bad. It's quite good for what like I use my smartphone daily use. It's perfectly fine. Believe me, you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever. Now let's just talk about the processor. Yeah, we get it. The 8 Gen 5 is better than the 8 Gen 3 in the 13R. That's 100% correct. But let's just talk about the day-to-day use. If you're gonna use the smartphone day-to-day, surfing, browsing the web, even playing games for longer hours, this thing is a powerhouse. It's not gonna disappoint you anytime soon. It has almost everything you need, and the best part is software features are plenty in this smartphone. You can do lots of things, split screen, everything. You guys can see everything just works smoothly, and yeah, you can actually use it. You can drop apps. You can just end the full screen. You can also do floating windows. Let me just try that and show you what I'm talking about. If I just hold, look at that, and let's just tap here in floating window. Look at that. These are some things, the software features which does enhance the experience, and these are actually quite useful as well. So now let's just talk about the software. In terms of software, this smartphone is running the latest Oxygen OS. If I go in software, I go here, and as you guys can see, we are running the latest Oxygen OS 16.0.5, which is the latest. And let's just talk about cameras as well. So in terms of cameras also, the 13R is an upgrade compared to the 15R. Let's just talk about what I'm saying. They do come with the main 50 megapixel sensor, but where they have done a catch is in the telephoto. In the 15R, you don't really get any telephoto. They have actually completely removed the telephoto. You guys can see you get a dual camera setup compared to a triple in this smartphone. And honestly speaking, it does make a difference, because if I try to take an image with the main sensor and then with the 2x, let's just remove the macro mode and take an image. You guys can see the camera quality is actually incredible. You guys can see the level of dust, the details with the 2x camera, and this is the main camera. Now it's just incredibly good. So I think removing the telephoto, asking more money for the smartphone, removing LTPO technology, just adding a better processor does not really justify the OnePlus 15R. I think the 13R makes the best perfect sense if you want to save money and have the best value for money OnePlus money can buy. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. If you're new to my channel, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.